Is it legal to drive after taking a prescription drug? Have you ever taken a prescription medication and wondered if you were legally allowed to drive afterward? Many people assume that because a doctor prescribed a drug, it must be safe to use while driving. However, this isn't always the case. In New Jersey and many other states, you can face serious legal consequences if a prescription drug impairs your ability to operate a vehicle safely. Understanding the laws and risks surrounding prescription drug use is essential for anyone who takes medication and drives. New Jersey law treats driving under the influence of prescription drugs the same as driving under the influence of alcohol or illegal drugs. According to N.J.S.A 39-450, a person is guilty of a DUI if they operate a motor vehicle while under the influence of an intoxicating liquor, narcotic, hallucinogenic, or habit-forming drug. This means that even if your medication was legally prescribed, you could still be arrested if it affects your ability to drive safely. Law enforcement officers are trained to detect signs of drug impairment, and they may require drivers suspected of impairment to undergo blood or urine testing. If an officer observes behaviors like slurred speech, drowsiness, or difficulty maintaining balance, these signs could be used as evidence of impairment. Additionally, if an unprescribed drug is found in your vehicle at the time of your arrest, you could face additional charges for illegal drug possession. So, is it ever legal to drive after taking prescription drugs? The answer depends on whether the medication affects your ability to drive safely. Unlike alcohol-related DUIs, where a blood alcohol content, BAC, of 0.08% or higher is enough for a charge, prescription drug DUIs require proof that the medication actually impaired your driving. Certain medications, such as painkillers, sleeping aids, muscle relaxants, and some antidepressants, can cause drowsiness, dizziness, or slowed reaction times. If a driver is unable to stay alert or react appropriately to road conditions, they could be charged with a DUI. However, simply having a prescription drug in your system is not enough for a conviction. Prosecutors must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the medication impaired your driving at the time of the arrest. The process of determining whether a driver is impaired by a prescription drug is not always straightforward. Unlike alcohol, which can be measured with a breathalyzer, drug impairment often relies on subjective observations from police officers. If an officer suspects drug impairment, they may call in a drug recognition expert, DRE. A DRE is a law enforcement officer trained to evaluate whether a driver is under the influence of drugs. They assess physical signs such as eye movement, coordination, and speech patterns, as well as conduct interviews about medication use. If the DRE concludes that a driver is impaired, the officer may request a urine or blood sample to confirm the presence of drugs in the system. However, the presence of a drug alone is not proof of impairment, which is why hiring an experienced DUI lawyer can be crucial in fighting these charges. If you take prescription medication and plan to drive, there are ways to reduce the risk of legal trouble. Always read the warning labels on your prescriptions to understand the potential side effects. If the medication bottle advises against operating heavy machinery, it's best to avoid driving until you know how the drug affects you. If you're starting a new medication, wait at least 24 to 48 hours before driving to assess your body's reaction. Additionally, if you take multiple prescriptions, be aware of how they interact with each other, as combining drugs can amplify side effects like drowsiness or dizziness. If you're unsure whether it's safe to drive, consult your doctor for guidance. They can provide professional advice on whether your medication may impair your ability to operate a vehicle. Facing a DUI charge for prescription drug use can be overwhelming, but you don't have to navigate the legal system alone. The Kugel Law Firm has extensive experience handling DUI cases, including those involving prescription medications. Our attorneys are committed to protecting your rights and building a strong defense on your behalf. If you or a loved one has been charged with a prescription drug DUI, contact the Kugel Law Firm today at 973-854-0098. Our office is located at 1 Gateway Center Suite number 2600, Newark, New Jersey, 07102, United States. Schedule a consultation with our team to discuss your case and explore your legal options.